Today on Gnome Patrol.
I just wink at them. I'm like, don't worry, guys.
Don't worry. You son of a...
I'll get this handle. Don't worry about it.
What did you do? Again? This is all your fault.
He comes out and he puts his arm around Ace. Ace has...
he betrayed us. That's what you did.
decided to taste immortality.
That's what you've done.
After the Celestial War, one band of heroes rose to protect the sunken city. Gnome Patrol. 5 heroic gnomes, each with the ability to craft gnomish mech battle suits ahead of their time. They are led by the legendary master craftsman and hero of Indaria, Arky Fit, as they try to protect the sunken city from all monsters. Gnome Patrol.
Good evening and welcome to Audio Dungeon. This is Gnome Patrol, Season 2, Episode 11, Interview with a Vampire. I'm Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew, and we're about to get started right now on the beginning of this epic finale, as this is Episode 11, and then next week, Episode 12, and it is the end of Gnome Patrol, a 2-season run that was very, very unique, fun, adventurous, and interesting, to say the least. I'm joined by Damien, Melissa, Dan, and Liam right now, and we're about to get going on this interesting episode into November. Last week on Audio Dungeon, we saw a transformation in the character of thru, and he is transformed into something quite different, where you've lost the suit that you were in, and now you are basically made of rock, and you have this first choice, which I told you before the show, to choose 2 different modes of your character because of the unusual transformation, from going very hot to very cold. So what is your first mode that you want to go into?
I'll be in hot mode. Fire. Hot voice.
So in between hot mode. So in between the cracks on your body, it's all like lava running down like red. And while you're in that sort of mode, you are immune to fire, lava, and things like that. Okay. Which is obviously going to help from here. Last week, you guys got all bonuses and some benefits onto your armor. So we're going to do that right now. And
Oh yeah, the music just a little loud.
Up and lower down.
Dan's transformation was just so epic.
It was increase the volume of the music tenfold. Dan, your message. Okay. So you guys got all upgrades to your suit. I'm going to allow you to choose the upgrades that you want, whether it's defensive, offensive, or I'll upgrade your individual skill abilities. Okay? You can choose it right now.
How many do we pick? Is it 1?
I'll let you choose 3 upgrades.
Oh wow.
So Glinda, you did your you changed it to bombs.
Yeah, so if I do like a bandolier type thing, you know what that is, right? Like the...
I know what a bandolier is, yes.
Cool. If I do that, then I don't have to waste an action trying to go into a bag and pull out a bomb, right?
If you put... So if you make it so that the bombs are a part of the suit, you'll never have to worry about ammo. If you hold a bandolier, you'll be limited on ammo, and I'm going to turn to you and say you're out of it.
Okay. But if I make it part of the suit, I have to get rid of the Gatling guns, you said, right?
Or get rid of... Pretty much you have to get rid of the Gatling guns, yeah. Or get rid of the wrist guns. You had a whole week to think about this. You're almost out of time.
I know!
I'll come back to you. Damien,
I
what do
think
you
you
want
go
to
to me first. Oh my gosh, you should know
Okay,
better.
so just to review really quick, I got a hammer, I got wrist guns, I got flamethrower, I got
the heavy cannon.
The heavy cannon and counter flares, counter projectiles, and that's pretty much it. Okay, and it's...
So you can make something do more damage, reach further, have longer duration. What would you like? You can have 3 different adjustments.
Okay.
Or I can upgrade your block, or we can upgrade just your basic combat.
Okay.
For those watching
let's-
right now, these are the upgrades that the city did for them
Right.
last week. Jonathan Willis, welcome to stream. Liam, what are you thinking?
Okay, so we can upgrade like 3. Like, can I upgrade my chain lightning and my blink?
Yes. So your blink, if you want to upgrade it to 75 feet, you can.
Oh yeah, definitely doing that.
That's one upgrade. Your chain lightning, what's your damage right now?
66 electric damage.
So I'll up it to 96.
Whoa.
And what's
And
your final
then-
upgrade?
Can I double upgrade blink?
Yes, to 100 feet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I have a question, and then
Yeah.
I think I'll have my final answer of what I'm gonna do. Someone recommended last week, and it sounded really cool. A mandolin rocket launcher. What would that be for damage? I may have written it down wrong, but they said rocket launcher, and there's.
mandolin
I don't think it
rocket
was
launcher?
mandolin. It was something written in front of
Oh,
it.
like,
I don't remember. I may have written it down really quick.
Mandalorian, like a
Mandalorian?
yeah,
Oh, the
Mandalorian.
mandolin rock launcher. No, that's not a part of the system. So you have to pick something that's a part of the system.
Someone put rocket launcher on the thing. All right. Damn it, fans.
It's because you fly around. They just want to see somebody who flies around have a rocket launcher on their back too.
All right, you know what?
Give up the Gatling guns and the wrist guns, and I'll give you 1 rocket launcher on your back.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that's it then. That's the only
That's a
other
big-
thing I have.
But
Yeah,
maybe
that's,
there's
you're getting rid of a lot of like little shots then for one big shot. So that's like
That's a lot of damage.
No, I'd like to have. Because how many of those would I'd have unlimited, right? Because it'd be part of
Galinda's
my
only
suit.
got 2 weeks left.
It's just,
Might
it's
as
just
well.
based on your points, so you won't have to worry about the ammo.
I'd rather drop bombs on people. All right, I'm gonna get rid of the wrist guns and do the bombs.
Okay.
So what's that damage?
1d6 engulfing. It's an area of 50 feet.
So a 50 feet like ring of engulfing damage. So everyone in that ring.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's devastating. It took her a week and a half to decide that she wanted it.
That's crazy.
Okay, what are your other 2 enhancements?
I guess let's up my block.
Okay, you can raise your block by 3.
And can I up my evade?
Yes, you can up your evade by 2.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, Damien.
okay. So I want to upgrade my offense. So maybe I don't know combat, or I was also thinking maybe perhaps trying to upgrade like my melee weapon, like the hammer, in some way. Would be
Okay, so
good.
you can add 2d4 damage to the hammer.
Okay.
You can upgrade your combat by 3.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
And what's your third one?
I guess give me some. I guess more block or something defensive. What?
Give me some.
that me?
What do you got?
Gimme, gimme.
Give me a little block.
Put
Give me a little
gimme.
combat. Give me a
fresh
little
mozzarella
evade.
on that. Put a little fresh mutz on there.
Put a
On me.
little. Sprinkle a little.
Give me a little
Extra bullets
cheese.
on that.
Is that the special guest star next week? A chef who's gonna bring us some really good food?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, that would be.
It's happened before. That could happen.
The
That's
feast.
the best idea.
So yes, we have.
Oh my god, we should get the mozzarella guy.
Yes.
Oh,
That guy.
Mozzarella guy.
I want
Yeah.
fresh mozzarella next week.
Oh my god,
He was the guy. He came in. And
That's a thing.
Made fresh.
We should have it.
it was
Fresh
amazing.
mutz.
Yeah, it was incredible. I'll never forget it.
He
That'll
should
be
he should be the guest star next week.
That'd be a good ending for Gnome Patrol.
Yes.
Get to the feast. Okay. What is your third? one?
Defense of some kind. Up to you.
So you can take 3 block.
Cool.
Okay. That is it. So your suits upgrades are done. You guys are start making your way back up towards the surface, which means that you're traveling back into that that fort on the Triad side that you reversed. So you travel on the rails. You travel down that down the walls, down the banisters, the banners rather. You make your way into that large hallway, and then you cross halfway across the bridge over the lava. You're now facing with the same problem that Deltuven faced about 2 episodes ago, where you have the large stone slab door closed in front of you. All the way up top and to your left, you have that long opening, about 80 feet high, that you could get into, except you have pouring lava going over the openings.
Let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
Patreon reroll coming in for the highest roll.
Oh boy.
So I was gonna ask, like, how far above
4.
the window?
6.
13.
How far above the window is the lava flowing? Does the lava come in? And how
Lava does not
far-
go in the window.
It's coming from the ceiling.
Yes, above it. Not exactly from the ceiling, but rocks above it. And
It's
it's probably
coming down-
about 15, 20 feet above it.
It's coming down consistently, like there's no like
Yes.
gaps. Okay.
The gaps are at random.
So literally you have to
the
like.
water flows. Sometimes it's here, it's there, it's there.
All right. So literally you have to go through the lava.
Yes.
But how far is the lava from the wall?
It probably ranges about splashing 10 feet out to like 20, 25 feet.
So like there's a channel, it's like 10 feet wide, wall, lava. Am I understanding that right?
The channel of lava that's falling is the length of the entire.
Yeah,
entire
but it's
wall,
like
pretty
10
much.
feet away from the wall. Like a curtain.
Yeah, it probably splashes at 10 feet.
Okay, so if I'm climbing up the wall, I'll have 10 feet and then the lava waterfall. The lava fall.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, that's doable. And you said it's about 75 feet up, is that right?
80.
80
feet.
Who rolled the highest number?
Not me.
13. Anybody else?
I rolled a 6.
8.
See what you rolling here?
Oh.
Damien gets the
14.
reroll.
Ah.
Get lost.
Wow.
He didn't
It's
say
gonna be
it
like
couldn't
last
part of
week.
it.
Just wow.
He's gonna get 17.
Guys, you know,
20s.
I come to these events every week just like you do. You know, why can't I
I'm
get
part of the
something?
team too.
You're not part of the team. He's the DM. He's not part of the team.
Question about
I am every
Delta
person you've ever teamed up with that is not in these squares with you.
Yeah.
When Jacques is at your side, when
Yeah.
King Fallon is at your side,
Yeah.
that is me.
You're not a part of the turbo team.
You know what? You're just too good at your job because I can only picture Thawin and I get, all those other guys.
Yeah.
There you go. The imagination is a very powerful.
Like
thing.
it's just too. Yeah. I'm not thinking Tony's there.
It's like Game of Thrones. Every face that puts up, it's just Tony underneath each one.
you're gonna have a lot of acting to do in the movie.
Yeah, right.
It's just Tony knows every character. So, question about Deltuven. Can we touch him in lava form, or is he like the lava worms, where if we touch him, it's no good?
You could touch him if you were to like wedge your hands and touch the red and the hot. Obviously, that would be a problem.
But like touching him is not like burning us or damaging us, right?
If you're asking if you guys can have a physical relationship, yes, you
Yes.
Dan's like.
Already.
Like if we had to
Patreon
carry
roll
him,
to the
we could
lowest
carry him,
roll.
right?
Oh boy.
Lowest.
Here we go.
2.
Oh.
4.
18.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah. Good time. Good time for it.
And how
Richard.
heavy is he?
That's a
Thanks,
good question.
Richard.
He's very heavy.
Am I heavier than the suit?
He's rock.
Yeah, I
He's
want to
heavy
say yes.
as rock. He's a
He's the
bunch of
as
rocks.
heavy as Dwayne Johnson.
I'm gonna put you at 1,000 pounds. Let's make it nice.
Really? Like I'm the size of a gnome and 1,000 pounds. Okay.
He's a dense boy.
You're
Is
dense.
he a different weight in cold mode versus hot mode?
You don't know.
Ooh.
Ha, ha, ha.
Thick boy.
He's never
Yeah.
seen cold mode.
Maybe he's really thin in the ice-like and cold mode.
Like what's his name? The guy in
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
the miser.
Yes, yes, yes. No one ever talks about that movie.
I love that
Cold
movie.
Miser.
Cold Miser.
Now, is he super, like, vulnerable to the other element when he's in one form or the other? Like, if he's hot, is cold really gonna hurt him? And if he's cold, is hot really gonna hurt him? Or is he just normal?
No, he's not actually more. He's only immune to the one he has on. The other one is not his undoing.
Weakness? He's not like a Pokemon, right?
No, Dan is not a Pokemon. I can confirm.
A Pokemon?
Liam, just so you know, Dan, Liam's either gonna really try to help you today or murder you.
I'm trying to understand before we put a plan in action if we can do things.
Yeah,
with him.
before I put a plan in action.
Just let me know all his strengths and weaknesses before I can decide how I'm going to kill him.
Here, I'll let you guys be alone so you can kill each other.
Like, if he goes ice mode and we drop him in the lava, that'll be bad. So we don't want to do that.
Well, no, that's why I chose. That's why I chose
Yeah, obviously.
my fire form in the lava.
But if you're so
Yeah.
heavy and we're like, try to be ice, and then you're ice and you're light, and we pick you up, but then we drop you, no good. So we got.
Liam, what are you doing?
We're figuring this stuff
Four.
out.
Oh my god.
Before it's metagame, we can do that now.
Michael Aldridge wants to know, does Deltuvin's physical body have any new special abilities, perhaps like burrowing through solid rock and making a rock tunnel for his friends to escape?
Yes.
Cannot do that. But I did give him some new abilities. He has Fireball, Ice Storm. He needs to be in the right mode, though. He only could be in like a hot mode or a cold mode. He's immune to that type of elemental energy when he's in that mode, of course, as well. He can detect those elements when he's in that mode. And
Instead of an arcane sword, I have like a
he's
red and
a
blue
Fire
hydro
Blast and an Ice Blast. And you have an elemental teleportation, elemental blink, so you can teleport to a hot source. You have to be, just so you know, you have to be at one hot source or a cold source and teleport to another.
Oh, is there a range on that?
Yeah, you know what? I have it down as 50, but I'm going to make that 100 because it's a limitation, but you can go further.
Okay.
That sounds challenging. Can he go from like one to the other? Can he go from fire to cold? He can.
Not elementally.
I would assume
If
like
someone has the elements, they can. Because of his modes, he has to be in one mode.
Okay.
So if I want to
now-
travel, if I want to blink through lava, I have to be in hot mode.
Yeah, you literally could have like a torch in your hand and they go, and you could teleport to
So
like
question.
another fire source.
Because he can throw
you-
fireballs. Can he?
You
create,
need to
like,
connect.
portals?
As long as you connect the elements to the element, you can teleport.
So can he like
I've got a flamethrower. I can always make you a fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like if he
That's
throws
in my
a
suit.
fireball at a wall and then like at himself, can he then teleport to the fireball that was casted?
If he's in fire and it's his turn, yes, he can teleport.
That's sick.
yeah. So Yo-Yo, you could just blast me,
Yeah.
and then I could go to any
Cool.
fire that's nearby.
Gonna have to toss me.
I can do that.
You're gonna have to roast me.
Okay, so you guys are at this door. What do you want to do?
Well,
Well, I think I could probably climb up there with my suit.
Well,
I don't know if it'll. I can't carry your guys in your suit. Well, maybe Glinda.
I can fly up there, and I can use an elemental save to keep myself alright while I go through the window.
That's not a bad idea.
I could dive into the lava and try to blink to the other side into the lava.
Wait, you can do that now?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I can.
okay. Well,
What do we do about you, Yo-Yo?
those are some interesting ideas. I don't know what I'm
I
gonna
want you to
do.
break the rock down. The rock, which was the whole quest in the beginning.
No,
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
opened the gate.
More, Michael!
Yeah, I'm so glad we have to get through the door that we spent the whole time trying to close.
I mean, the dwarves upgraded my blink. Maybe I can maybe blink with us, Yo-Yo.
Okay.
But I don't know. Last time I blinked with Swoosh, she went flying.
Also,
What if?
there is
We can't hear
lava
you.
on the other.
There is lava on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd have to be careful.
Yo.
What if you got to the other side and then blinked back? Would that make it easier for you somehow, or?
Why would I do that?
Yeah, I was talking to Ace.
Well, I think I could just climb with my spider suit. I'm just thinking if we could blink you inside somehow.
Ace
Yeah.
can teleport to the top.
Yeah.
With his upgrade, he can teleport easily.
Maybe. What if I teleport up there and somehow create a platform on the other side of the door? Then I could come back for you and teleport us through the door.
Okay.
I just don't know how we can make a platform.
A platform. How big?
Big enough for us to land on and hold us.
It would have to sit on the lava?
Or on the wall.
What if?
How are you going to attach it to the wall?
I don't know.
What if I can find a floating rock that's big enough to carry the three of you, and then I'll swim
I
through the
don't
lava?
need to be carried. I can fly.
Yeah, I think Galinda's safe.
Okay, so what if I find a rock that's floating in the lava that's big enough to hold the two of you, and then I could kind of push it through the lava to the other side?
Is there a pathway, though? Does the lava go from one side to the other without any
inside is like a lava lake now, so
obstruction?
you could probably swim under and come up. Can you swim in lava?
Sure.
Wow. Well, I mean, the parts
like
of our
taking
parts of
it's
our
like
suits
taking a
are still
hot
down there
bath.
somewhere. If you could just get them somehow, maybe we could do something with those.
I don't know if your suit would survive being in lava for however
Maybe
long they were there for.
maybe the crystals would.
So what are we doing?
Crystals.
Oh, man. The crystals. That's an interesting idea.
Let's.
Dan, are you thinking
right.
about the crystals that were in the room that you were in?
No, the crystals that were in our suits that disintegrated into the lava. That's what we were saying.
They were on the other side, though, right?
Yeah.
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 What if
So
me and
he's-
Galinda go to the top of the window and look inside and see if we can see any ideas?
All right. Gotta do something.
All right, I'm gonna blink up to the window.
Okay, just a roll of 1.
I'm gonna fly up.
Made
Do I
it.
have to roll? I can fly.
Yes, so one thing at a time. So, Ace, you teleport up to the ledge. You're now sitting in that ledge. The ledge is over 10 feet wide, actually, and you're able to just turn around and move a little bit.
Okay.
Because your wide stance. Galinda, you fly up, and you're trying to fly in between the lava, which is pretty much near impossible. So you said you're going to use your elemental save ability to bypass it. So
Yes.
use your points, and you fly through and dodge the lava.
Yep. And I rolled a 12 just in case you were gonna ask.
Okay, the two of them are up there.
What do we see on the other side?
You see a lake of lava, and you see a bit of the remnants of the lava worm still floating. And you see the other side where it's fine, where the rock is the floor again, and you can escape.
Do we see anything that like any pieces of stone that would have fallen in or whatever that are big enough to maybe hold Yo-Yo and Ace?
No.
How far from the door, does the lava radiate outwards?
Once
Like,
you
do we
get to
still have
about
that map?
5-7 feet, the lava is there.
But I
For
mean,
the entire walls.
so if you're at the gate, right? Is there? How far is the closest land to the wall of the gate, like where the bridge is?
So if you're on the other side of the door or the gate, you can walk for about 5 feet, 7 feet max right now, and then it would turn into lava.
And then how far across to safety from that point is it?
You could theoretically walk around the whole entire edge of the room. You have to just be
Oh,
careful.
okay. Okay.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah, because that's those in the time that's passed, those sides have started to rockify up a little bit. So you could very carefully make that journey.
But there's kind of like a few feet, like I guess, jutting out from the wall.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
So guys, there's like a ring around the inside kind of now. We might be able to just, if I teleport you through the door, we might just be able to walk it.
Oh, okay. If you could teleport me through.
I think that might be the best way to do this.
Let's try it. Glinda can just fly, I think, so she's fine.
Yes, I'm gonna fly around
So-
in here.
Okay.
Deltuven and Yo-Yo, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna I stick my toe into the lava. How does my foot feel?
You can't reach any lava from where you're standing.
Okay. Is it
Come in here, the water's fine.
Is it down below me?
Yeah, you'd have to jump down.
Oh, I have to jump down to it. Oh, we're on the bridge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How far down is it?
It's a bit. It's probably like 50 feet, 60 feet more, depending on where you're looking over the bridge.
So I have to like triangulate the distance. If it's 50 feet down, then I want to go about. If I'm right next to the wall, let's say I want to go. I'm also assuming that I float in the lava. Like, what if I just sink right to the bottom? That worries me.
You are 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's buoyant. He's hollow on the inside.
What's your plan though? Exactly. Like, are you?
My plan was to jump down into the lava. And
Right.
since I'm in lava, I wanted to blink to the other side of the wall, into the lava on the other side of the wall.
Why don't you just let me like create a fire over here, and you can blink to anywhere over there you want?
Oh!
Yeah, Damien
Yeah,
already
that's
gave
what
you
I
an
was
answer before.
trying to tell you. Like, I could start a fire right here, and you can blink to wherever.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, let's do that then. Light me up?
Alright, flamethrower!
Okay, so Damien lights you on fire. Unfortunately, you don't have the thing fully activated yet, so you just burn to a crisp and die.
I thought you said you were gonna blink!
Alright, see you guys.
Okay, so you start burning. You're on fire for a second. You can now use your ability.
Okay. I cast Blink to blink into the lava on the other side of the wall, on the other side of the gate.
Okay. So, Damien, you see a streak of fire, and it looks like Back to the
Whoa.
Future. It looks like it goes into the rock.
Yeah!
And
That's
then on the
awesome!
side, it reappears, and then you're now in the lava, and immediately sinking in the lava.
I immediately start to swim to the ledge on the other side of the gate.
Okay. So you were 1,000 pounds.
But buoyant.
Oh, there's still I'm still...
I don't know where you're getting this buoyancy from.
He's just saying buoyant because he wants it to happen.
You know, like when you see like rocks floating.
Yeah,
on
rocks
the lava?
flow in lava. Rocks totally float in lava.
Lava
Like on-
is
like on
just dense.
Mustafar?
Lava's really dense.
Yeah.
It's just, it's dense rock.
Yeah.
It's fire rock that bigger rocks float in.
Yeah, see, missed our nose.
So you start trying to swim, and you're going down further than you're moving across. So I need a swim check. I'm gonna need a unnatural 20 for you to stay afloat and not go deep into the lava and become a permanent resident.
Swimmity.
Swimmity.
Okay.
Oh,
17.
No good.
Someone just gave you a reroll. Joshua did.
Oh, Joshua, thank you.
Look at that, just in
cool,
time.
cool.
Patreon rerolls at the end.
Yeah, let's do it again. I'll use that reroll immediately. Thank you, Joshua.
And add your luck.
Add my luck. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. That's a 30.
Wow.
Okay. So you manage to keep yourself afloat. You get to the other side, and you roll onto the ledge.
All right, thank you, Joshua. I pull myself up onto the ledge.
Okay.
I flick all the excess lava back into the lava.
Okay. Yo-Yo, what do you want to do?
Let's see, who's with me now? Nobody, right?
Nobody.
How's it going over there? I try to yell.
He made it across. That was crazy. He could swim in the lava.
Awesome! All right, now how am I gonna get through?
I guess let's try the blink idea, right?
I guess so. I'm a little nervous. But yeah, whatever you think is gonna do it. I don't know. I have no other suggestion for this. Let's try it. Let's do it. Get down here.
Okay.
Liam, you blink down there. Make sure you take away the points.
Yep.
And you realize as you start getting ready to teleport, Damien's huge character is going to cost all that you have left.
Again with this.
He's a giant ass machine.
Ass machine.
Wait, I'm an ass machine?
She's a giant ass machine.
Oh, then I'm taking it. Let's go.
He's an ass machine.
You can't leave behind this behind.
You can't leave that ass behind.
Do I so last time we did it, it like caused all kinds of mayhem. Am I confident that when I do it this time, it will be successful?
Just try it.
Emptying of my points.
I'm confidently.
Come on, do it.
So-
Just do it.
The confidence, it comes from within you if you feel it. If you believe you're confident, you're confident. If
I'm
you're
gonna roll-
fearful, you're fearful.
I'm gonna roll a 1d100 to see how confident you are, Liam.
Okay, yeah, let me know.
Search your feelings.
16% confident.
Wow.
I'm like, let's go, yo. And I dump
You can do it. I believe in you.
15 of my points away now. I had so many points still.
Don't worry, you'll get it back.
And we blink.
Okay, both of you roll a d20. Do not roll a 1. If you roll a 1, you will have a problem.
Nope.
17.
17. Hey, how about that?
Okay, you guys teleport up top. You were there, and you're good.
Oh, we teleport to the other side of the gate. Into the
Yeah.
little...
Not where he was standing before.
Okay, both you, just Liam, make a knowledge check. And of 12.
He was just looking at the spot too, right?
Yeah.
Right, but he's not looking at it when he does it, so it's pretty easy.
Do I add my, like, this is D20 on top of my knowledge?
Yes, no, as stat checks, you add the
number.
points.
Okay, so I have 11, so
Just don't roll a 1.
we're good. 16.
Okay, so you teleport to the other side. You were there. And now it's just a matter of walking around. We're going to speed this up. Everyone roll, besides Galinda. Actually, no, Galinda, for this flying, let's do it too. Everyone roll d20 and don't
What
roll
do I
a
have to roll?
1. Just like last time you were flying around, you'd have to roll a 1. Same thing.
6.
16.
Natural 20.
14.
She did it with
Okay.
style.
You all make a way around the room, being very careful, and you all get to the other side where it's safe. You now know the full effectiveness of that door from both sides.
We did it, guys.
All right.
I can't believe it.
Ace, why don't we sit down? Do you want to sit down and have some rations? Maybe refill one of your...
Nah, I'm good. I think we can make it back to the top. We did the journey when we were much more tired last time.
Right, but we still have the other lava worm in the other room to go through.
Now, wasn't that back the other way?
Wasn't he
Yeah.
where we just came from?
We were almost
Yeah.
dead last time we did this. I think we're good this time. Let's just go. If we wait here, then who knows what's
All
gonna
right.
find us down here.
Yeah, let's move on.
You guys begin traveling. It is a long way to the surface. After about 3-4 hours, you guys encounter the room that Galinda is mentioning, where it's that long trek across that large cavern. And this is the room where the lava worm could be in. Everyone roll 1d20. If you roll a 1, 2, or a 3, a lava worm finds you.
7.
Another
Four.
16.
15.
Wow.
Let's go.
Okay, so you hear, because of the ford, you hear the lava worm below you. And you guys just hurry across. And it does not surface. You guys get to the other side. You continue to make your way up. You travel for a very, very long time. Through all the levels that you remember from before. All the way up to where Tom fell. Where the dwarves fell. Up to the temple. And back up to the corridor all the way up top, where the trap is set. There's all ropes there to get you guys across. You're able to get across, either with blinking or with that. Eventually you get to the top, and back to safety in the Silver City, where the guards are very confused. And they say, like, one of them says, didn't you just come up?
Yeah, but we had to go rescue our friend.
Oh. I didn't see you pass us. I don't know how you managed that.
We got a magic scroll from the gargoyles. We're just like a really big deal now.
Oh. Well, good luck being a big deal.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Okay. Well, yes. Thank you.
It's an important job you guys are doing here. Keep it up.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You guys get to the top, and you're free. You see sunlight, and it feels good.
No gnome left behind.
Oh man, we're so lucky.
Thanks, guys.
That was scary.
You guys get out. You rest. You eat. You meet up with Swoosh. Swoosh tells you about the guild is pretty much complete now. You guys have an official guild with the city, and he even got the city to add on as thanks to start reinforcing the ship. And you see all the way in the distance that they have your shit. Your shit. They have your ship. Get all of your shit. They have your ship in a dry dock, and they're all reinforcing it with like different kinds of metal, from iron, steel, different quartz, and they're upgrading anything they can. The cannons as well.
Cool.
Nice.
How long do they expect those upgrades to take?
He says it'll be about a week.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we're staying here for a bit.
Okay. So what would you guys like to do? You can fast travel this time.
I want
Let's
to.
go back down to the door.
Let's do it. You know.
I want to fill in Swoosh on all the stuff about the triad and the
Okay.
minotaurs and the...
You fill him in. He passed the information to the town.
Cool. I think I would vote for push ahead. You know, as far as like what we could accomplish here in the town over this next week. I don't know. Anybody else have any ideas?
Maybe. I'm sorry.
And where we're gonna go too, by the way, once we get into the ship, like, might as well talk about that now.
I think we should go back to the king and tell him about the danger.
Oh yeah, really quick, did they offer Dan, like, even though he's like now Rockman, a new suit or anything?
They don't when they talk to you, because they feel like that you're in your own suit of stone now.
He is a suit of his own.
Yeah, so that's up to you.
Do I eat? Do I have to eat?
No.
Nice.
Oh, man,
You also don't breathe anymore.
no longer hungry.
Nice.
He's awesome now.
But yeah, I think we should probably tell the gargoyles about the
Oh,
trial.
I thought Tom was doing that.
Tom.
Okay.
Tom did all that. He told them about it and let them know what happened.
Ace would want to hang out with Doer and kind of tinker around with suit stuff.
Okay.
Either helping him or working on his own suit.
Okay. Anything else for the week?
I am on board when we're done with the week. Going to tell King Dato what's going on, especially because of the triad.
We should probably let him know about that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Or should we send him a message maybe and then like go someplace else?
Carrier pigeon?
Because honestly, like we want to sell him, right? But like, other than just giving him that message, what else do we got for him?
I'm thinking he may send us right over to Solst.
Oh,
And also,
You wanna
there's
just cut out the
another
middleman. Just cut out the middleman and go right to Solst.
just us?
I mean, I'm saying that's well. I mean,
To do what? Like fight a whole army by ourselves or something?
Right, that's the point of speaking with King Dato, so that perhaps we can get some backup. Like, a lot of backup.
I mean, if we're going to war,
I mean, I'm thinking if we tell King Dato about what we learned, he may give us some type of an order to follow through on. And
all right.
You're not looking to go to Solst, Tuvin?
there was kind of a loose end that I've also been meaning to tie up with
And what's that?
Captain Airstepper.
You'd like to go back and find Captain Airstepper?
Yeah, and I'd like to return the Queensland guards to Queensland.
So let's do that first.
All right. Sure.
You think they're gonna take him back?
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
is
we probably
this what we're
should
doing? Can I fast travel?
So, all right, yeah, I would say, right. Everybody cool with that? Fast forward.
Yeah, how many of the Queensland guards are left with us?
3, right?
That's it.
No, it should be. You only lost 2.
Yeah, I thought we lost like 2 or 3.
Yeah, you lost 2 from what I remember.
Then most of them were on the ship still, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah.
how many we had.
At least like a dozen, right, or
Yeah,
more.
I want to say.
I thought it was 6 that came with us.
Right, that's
Oh,
why I thought it was
more
3
than
left.
6.
Maybe it was 4.
Either way, you lost 2. What do you want?
Okay.
What are we doing?
Let's return the rest of them.
All right, so once the ship's fixed, we're going back to where was that? Queensland, right?
Queensland? What was that guy's name? The constable?
The constable?
Was that his name?
You talking about the
Counselor?
chancellor?
Chancellor.
Yes.
Chancellor Hornguard.
Yeah.
Horn Guard.
Okay, so a week passes. You see, you walk along the ship, and a lot of the artisans are there who helped out, and the ship is reinforced with steel, and the ship it still floats fine, but it can definitely take much more of a beating. It has a full complement of these giant siege cannons.
Ooh.
And they actually even added one siege cannon that is below the hull underneath.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it can be operated by a single gnome in like a gyro sphere.
Like a turret.
Yes,
thing.
but the gyrosphere is not like the B-52 bombers, the old ones where they're underneath. The gun is, but he's actually in the hull underneath, like with moving it around and spinning it, and the whole thing just fires.
Nice.
Cool.
They still have the airship balloon up top, which is there in case the magic is nullified, as a safety in case somebody nullifies the magic. And a lot of the artisans tell you that there's a lot of technology on here that they don't even understand. It's definitely ahead of what they know. It's just, but they don't have anyone to talk to about it. So that's it.
Okay.
Fancy.
Okay, so week passes. You guys get back on the ship. The guards are there. Captain Artemis is there as well. Ace, you're flying because you're the guy who flies.
Oh yeah. Does anything come from my tinkering with Doer?
You're looking for experience?
Or
Looking for-
cool suit things? I don't know. We're just messing with suits all week, baby.
You can take 25 experience points.
Nice. So yeah, we're flying. Let's travel it up.
fly off.
You thought we were going to be using this music all season, didn't you, Tony?
Yes. I got it for the flying.
It's good.
I've used it
good.
3
I like
times.
it.
It's straight up Final Fantasy flying it with Sid or Setzer in an airship.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are flying through the skies. Damien is doing his flying dance that you know he does.
I like your flying dance, Damien.
Okay, so where are you flying to?
Queensland. No, yeah, Queensland.
Okay, so you guys fly to Queensland, come down to the water. The entire ship is a very, very bright beacon in the sky, as now it takes every bit of light and shines it everywhere. You're definitely drawing more eyes than you did before.
Mm.
Can I talk to Captain Artemis?
Yes.
All right, I guess on the way there, I'll say, Captain Artemis, we plan on returning to Queensland. You and your men served Andaria very well. Thank you very much for your service. Shake his hand.
Well, I'm sorry that the journey ends so swiftly, but happy to be a part of the mission.
Great.
Great, jerk. I don't care for you.
Terrific. You did a super job.
I'm Doltuve, I'm a good person. I don't care for you because about where you're from. You've always been nice and respectful and the best.
That's why I said thank you for your service, and you did well.
Not okay.
No.
Thank you for your service. Get the f off my ship.
Hey, we had an agreement. The agreement reached to the end of its course, and now we'll send him back. That's it. I said thank you for your service. Did well. No problem with this guy.
I'm surprised your tour is so short. You've only been out for 2 weeks.
Yes. There's a reason the tour needs to come to an end.
Oh.
We have some more pressing matters across the planet that we may need to tend to.
Okay, well, if you need us, we're here. Okay, so
I hope we can count on you.
Of
We've
course.
been able to count on you throughout this tour. And again, thank you very much. You've been very loyal to us.
Thank you. Happy to oblige.
We'll be sure to inform King Dato of the sacrifice that your team has made for the good of Andaria.
Thank you so much. Okay, so you guys arrive in port. He takes the men. He gives you all a bow, and he heads off the ship. And you see the crowds are making their way over, and you see amongst the crowds, walking amongst them, is Chancellor Horngard.
We should leave right now.
He's walking up. He goes up to Captain Artemis, and he's like,
I start the ship up.
Okay. We're not going to try to go find the other captain. Isn't he here still?
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here, man.
I agree.
I take the ship off. I head out.
Go! Wait, no!
Oh, no! Oh, no!
We need to find Captain Airstepper, and
I'm not staying here any longer.
We need to be able to count on Queensland.
I'm not doing it. I'm not turning this ship around.
We need him to be our ally in the war. We need Queensland on our side. Ace,
We'll come back.
put the ship
We'll come back later.
down.
We'll come back later.
We need the captain. We need a captain
We're
for
going
the
back to the
ship.
king.
Ace,
We're
no!
going back to the king.
Ace, this is not a good idea. We've
I
abandoned them, and we need them to be our allies in the coming war, Ace!
Course, we're going.
I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with Ace.
Snuffed everything you worked for in Queensland. Okay, you guys head back to Rhaegar.
Oh my god.
Nah, it's the right call. I'm telling you. I think it's the right move. I know it's crazy, but
I'm not dealing with that guy.
Okay, you guys can roleplay while you're
I
in the air,
agree.
okay?
I agree. I'm sorry, guys, but I agree with Ace.
Why? We
Listen,
need
man.
we need a captain.
There's stuff. I can't stay there, man. That
Captain Artemis is loyal. He'll hold to his word.
Yeah.
We needed to find Airstepper. I don't understand why
Air
you would
Skipper is
do
probably
this
in a drunk somewhere.
unilaterally.
I know how to fly this thing. I've been flying it all around. We're good.
Well, listen, if we really need Air Stepper, we'll go back for him, okay?
Yeah.
We could go back for Air Stepper.
Going to let us back into Queens.
Sure they will, sure they will.
Insulted the entire nation,
No,
guys.
we didn't. No.
Anybody?
Stop. We did not.
God, I feel
As-
like
you-
we're the disappointed parents with the 2 kids who don't.
I
have
just
any
heard you tell Captain Artemis that all the stuff that we finished our tour. We were so grateful for his service. We dropped him off. Now we have to report back to the king. That's our priority. I get it. I think that's we got to do that immediately. If we really need the other captain and that crew, we'll go back. We'll go for them. Okay. I'm telling you. I don't think it was a good idea to stay either.
We have effectively taken him, kicked him off our ship with the boot mark on his back.
No, it wasn't like that.
That is exactly what happened.
He finished the tour.
No. We had a.
slowed down the ship. We just tossed it out the window and kept going.
Yeah, it was perfect. That's exactly how it needed to go.
I agree. I don't know. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Ace, but it's true.
I mean, and also, we kind of showed Captain Airstepper little to no loyalty when we allowed this guy to just bully his crew on board. Now we're just stranding him in
You weren't even
Queensland
there when he
again.
left.
We'll go back.
He didn't even want to work. He just left. He
Abandoned us. Let's get it straight, okay? What? He did. You disagree? He left us. He and the crew.
Because
He
you
was
guys.
very offended by what had happened.
Well, maybe he was a little too sensitive. I think he was a little too sensitive, that guy. What do we need him for?
We made a lot of enemies today, guys.
We made
I agree.
We're gonna save the world.
so.
We're Gnome Patrol.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Okay, you guys-
You're supposed to say it.
I always
One of
feel
us
a
is
gnome
out of
patrol right
control,
now.
Perhaps 2 of us.
You guys make your way back to Rhaegar. You land in on the dock in the mountains. And when you arrive, the feeling in Rhaegar is very different than what you left. You immediately hear a lot of noise coming on from inside. When you land, it's fine. The guards see you, they say hello, and immediately the noise catches you. Enough where you're kind of compelled to walk in, which is where you'd be walking anyway. And you walk into the hollowed out mountain, and you see the mountain is full of probably every gnome in Rhaegar, and maybe even in the surrounding lands. And they're just in revolt. They're holding up signs, they're complaining, they're shouting, and there's people on all sides. And basically, it comes down to very simple things. They're saying that, the direction of the kingdom is not correct. Gnome Patrol is a failure.
Oh no.
This is what happens when we're led by a crystalborn instead of an actual gnome. Dato doesn't know what he's doing. Gnome Patrol are vigilantes, and all sorts of things like that.
Are these all Rhaegarians who are there?
You see gnomes from all corners of the gnomish kingdom.
Is it like protests on both sides, or is it like the
All
whole
levels-
populace is like
all levels in the
don't
populace
like
is
this?
back and forth.
Okay, it's back and forth. Okay.
Okay, so Dato has his supporters then.
Yes, but
Okay.
there's a lot of people. It's about 50-50.
Okay.
So you guys make your way through, and I imagine you're heading to Dato, or you're heading somewhere else?
Yeah.
Dato.
Oh, Dato.
Data.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way into the throne room with the big clock. Again, you're pushing your way past people. People see you come in the suits. Some people are throwing food at you guys. Some people are yelling at them. And you guys make your way into the throne room. The guards take you in. The guards have shotguns and flamethrowers. They close the doors, and only officials are here past this point. But there's every official on duty right now. And you see Dato is there, and Dato is sitting in the king's chair. Welcome. Hello. You've returned.
Dato, what is going on?
A lot of people are upset.
Yeah.
We see.
Why?
Come, let's go inside and talk. He gets up
Okay.
and he walks into the dining hall next door to that room. And you guys follow, and he sits down. Some of the officials are sitting down as well. They all have like stacks of papers with them. Some guards come in, and you're in a room for a private talk, but it's really with about 40 different gnomes. How was your adventure?
Well, we saved a bunch of places and did some fun stuff. But there's like, well, Deltuven knows more about it, but there's a big evil coming that we had to come warn you about.
A big evil? What kind of evil?
King Dato, do you know anything about the Silver City?
A little. I know from the reports of what Gallon has sent. And thank you, Gallon. I appreciate the reports.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting he's with us.
We spent a lot of time in the Silver City. They were being attacked by minotaurs. So we went down into the dark below the city. And we closed the gate through which the minotaurs were traveling.
Yes. Sounds like a success.
Well, I spent some time on the other side of that gate. And I saw some troubling things, King Dato. There were some dwarves of the Triad who had enslaved minotaurs. And they were having the minotaurs mine for crystals. And they have a deal to send those crystals to the vampires of Solst.
Not very good news.
No.
No.
And I also saw something that was called the Chimera Crystal, and in an act of desperation, I grabbed it and I absorbed it.
How do you feel?
I feel much stronger than I ever felt before.
That's
I'm
great.
made of solid stone.
I thought you looked different.
Yeah. So now, what do we do about this?
Miss Star is asking a question right now. Wants to know if the exchange contact's overhearing this. Yes, there's an exchange member in the room that's listening. Well,
Good, the fans can save us.
let's talk about what's happening.
Okay.
Many people in the Gnomish Kingdom believe that Gnome Patrol is a waste of time. I was hoping that your successes would outweigh your failures.
Failures.
What do they believe are our failures?
Well, just before you arrived, we received a very upset message from Chancellor Horgard. I was under the impression that Queensland was now our ally, but now that is not so. What happened?
Ace, would you like
Really?
to fill him in?
He said he's not our ally anymore? Typical Horngard.
I don't trust that guy at all.
Yeah, that guy's no good, Dato.
What did he do to not deserve our trust? What happened?
He's a mean guy, man. I've seen him do some crazy stuff. He's ruthless. All he wants is violence.
He does seem to be have a thirst for violence.
So what did he do?
He did not do anything. We let off his guards and we were going to go off and say hello, and Ace decided to fly the ship
Yeah,
away.
we had to rush home to warn you about the vampires thing, because it's bad. It's real bad.
We were concerned that we were going to be delayed. That's why we left. So
Well, unfortunately,
hurriedly.
unfortunately, however we may look at it, Queensland has now pulled their support for Rhaegar. That is a shame. Queensland is one of the very most powerful kingdoms in all of Andaria.
After we helped them out, that's how
Yeah,
they act.
that is very
They act.
disappointing.
Also, there was a complaint a long time ago, I believe this would be a few weeks ago, from the Orcish nations. They said that they were raided by an airship that they believed to be of gnomish design. They blame us.
Yeah, that was us. But that was for Queensland. Queensland told us to go kill those guys.
Yeah, Hornguard was
that
the
was
one who made us
unwise.
did that. Well,
They made you do it?
That was how he said he would be our allies, and so now he made us do that. Now he's going to say he's not our allies. Typical Hornguard. See what I'm saying?
Many of the Rhaegarian kingdom believes that Gnome Patrol, and I quote, may I see the paper? Thank you. Gnome Patrol is spending most of their time sampling the food of the world rather than trying to save it. In fact, when weighing their many food reviews of the world, there are far more reviews of the world's food than accolades of their successes. How much food did you try?
I mean, we had to eat, you know.
I think our food ratings were more of a way to pass the time in between adventures.
Unfortunately, in Gallen's reports, in his writings, there is much talk and many interviews. In fact, there is a very long interview for each person and all about the food everywhere you went. But perhaps not enough about your successes. Do you have any successes to add?
Gallen. I give
What?
Gallen a stink eye. What have you been reporting?
yeah, seriously. Just the food? That's all you told him about was the food?
I objectively report what people tell me. I very astutely record your comments and send them back to Rhaegar to keep the entire nation abreast of your reports.
But you're the
Well,
one you all just asked us about the food.
You clearly did a great job at, making us look good. That's great. Yeah, good job.
Thank you, Yo-Yo.
No, I'm being sarcastic. You did a terrible job. Look at this. Look at this mess we're in.
We have many successes to report to Rhaegar, King Dato. As I
Please,
said.
report them. Paige, please write this down. Number 1.
While we in Silver City, we saved them from the Minotaurs.
That's great. Number
And
2.
more
Closed
importantly-
a door they had been unable to close.
Please add that to number 1. 1B.
We have
And we
also
uncovered this whole plot about the triad.
Yeah, who cares what they think about Gnome Patrol? We just gotta stop the triad.
we
This
also
seems to be
defeated
pressing.
a lava worm.
That's great. Was a lava worm threatening the city?
It was.
Potentially.
That's great. Please add that to the Silver City mentioning.
So, I mean, we killed a lava worm when we were on our way to close the gate through which the Minotaurs were traveling to attack the city.
That's great. What else have
It
you
was
done?
very dangerous. We almost all died.
Yes.
Please
yes.
add that it was dangerous.
2 of the members lost their suits, and the Silver City was kind enough to build them new ones.
That's great. Can you tell me something else about a different place?
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like our success in the Silver City is being understated here, and maybe...
Not at all. Please tell me more.
Well, I mean, what... in the Silver City, we had to travel down into the dark. We traveled...
Where we learned about bad stuff.
Let's not get ahead of our... We traveled down many levels in the dark, and each level was its own adventure in itself.
Yes.
We also uncovered someone who was, corrupted within their city. We took care of a whole guild that was trying to work with Minotaurs and
Yes, we heard about the Minotaurs. Yes.
screw the city over.
Mm-hmm.
And established the guild.
Yeah. Not only
Yes,
did
and we have our own guild.
Yes, not only we stopped the Minotaurs, but we uncovered corruption in the city, which we put to an end. And we also, that's where Swoosh is back in the Silver City, and he started his own guild in the Silver City.
And we thought we had an alliance with Queensland.
I mean, we only
That's
traveled
great.
to 2 places.
There's a lot of information here about the Silver City. Is there anything else?
Well, yeah, I mean, first we were in Queensland, then we went to Silver City. It's only been 2 weeks, Dado. I think everyone's, going crazy,
Right.
but there's still a lot we gotta do. We gotta go stop the evil. That'll be another great thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, this closing that gate was an epic
Quest.
accomplishment. This was something that was plaguing the city for a very, very long time.
Yes. Okay. Well, it sounds like that is everything. Everyone else, could you please leave the room? Gnome Patrol, please stay. Everyone gets up. They start leaving.
I feel like he doesn't get it.
So, we have an issue. About half the people in Rhaegar and all the surrounding gnomish lands are very upset. They want to revolt and rip me limb from limb.
Why?
They feel I'm not a gnome and don't represent them. They feel like I am not a legitimate leader. They feel that Gnome Patrol is a failure. But
What do you want to do?
We can stay here and protect you.
I have a plan. Earlier today, we received a message from Solst. Would you like to hear about it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Apparently, Solst has reached out for Gnome Patrol's help. This could be a very, very good turning point for us. If we were able to befriend Solst, or at least have some sort of agreement, perhaps people would stop revolting in the streets. Apparently, the shield around Solst is failing. The vampires who run Solst wish to keep the vampires that they're having trouble with inside. They say they'll be able to keep better control over their lands and any criminal vampires if we can help them fix their shields. Something that Gnome Patrol is uniquely designed to do.
Who sent the message?
The vampires of Solst.
So there are good vampires and bad vampires?
As I understand it, I believe that like any society, there are people who are good citizens and bad citizens.
Daltuvin, what do you think?
I don't like the sound of any of this.
Unfortunately, we don't have much of a standing point, would be the term. We need to do something that is very successful, and we only have very little time to do it.
How are the guards and your armies feeling about your rule, Dado? Are you safe here? Like, do you trust that your generals won't turn on you and oust you?
In my wisdom, I believe that nothing will happen unless we have a great failure or an inability to act. They're looking for action now. That's why I'm asking you, perhaps you should do this. It might save the kingdom.
I guess it's good we came right back here instead of delaying.
Yes, I do believe in a few days, they may destroy me.
Well, then I guess we should do something.
All right, well, nobody wants that. At least none of us. All right.
We have to think about this.
Is there like a specific gnome that's trying to oust you and take the throne? Do you know? Is there a leader of this rebellion?
Apparently, there are still remnants who follow the Mots. Also, there are many remnants from the Southern Isles who are relatives of the Wienerton family. People even say that they are planning something to try to overthrow the throne.
What if we dealt with that?
I think that would not help. I think it would only perhaps help me for the short term, but we need a symbolic victory. They need to feel that Gnome Patrol and my rule is effective.
If Solst needs us, perhaps.
There are not many opportunities that the vampires would come and actually ask for help. This is a great platform for us to make peace.
So they need their shield fixed to keep the rogue vampires inside Solst.
Correct. They're running out of food and having much problems with their own populace.
Dado, what do you think of the information that we're bringing to you about Vampire's alliance with the Triad?
I believe that it is possible that the alliance has fallen apart. Perhaps the vampires are merely looking for strength. I would rather them find it with someone that can offer them peace, rather than conquest.
So do you think the vampires have designs on taking over Andaria?
I do believe that the reports of the vampires spreading out into other lands because they are running out of food to be true. And I could see them trying to do anything they could to ensure the survival of their race. So, on one hand, they could be looking for someone to help them take over more territory, or two, help them control what they have. I would rather them see an alliance with us, with Rhaegar, rather than with the Triad.
What is common knowledge about vampires, like, for us in the world?
Do you want to know?
Like, would we know, like, that they have powers and...
You know they're more powerful than a human being. You know that they shed their soul at some point and they empower their own body.
Yeah.
They do have weaknesses. And until recently, in the last decade or so, they have been just keeping to themselves. They kind of don't want any business with anyone else.
Can I, like, I guess an investigation roll on Dado to see if, like, he's under any kind of spell or something? Or hypnosis?
Oh,
Sure.
if he's been
do
tampered
you know
with?
about magic, hypnosis, or spells?
That's what, like, would I think vampires could do that to him, like, enough? Like, is that common knowledge enough to think that he would be like, is something happening here? I just don't know if Ace would think that.
Make a roll.
Nat 20.
Really?
Yes, really.
You do not believe that he's under any sort of control.
Okay.
Okay.
Can the exchange come with us?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, sorry.
Do you think
Data?
we would be able to get some more help with us, just in case?
I think it is important that Gnome Patrol goes and takes care of this. I don't know how many people I would want to add for more X factor to the situation. I would rather send Gnome Patrol to represent all gnomes. This is an easy fix. It is a shield generator. We can send the plans with you.
In that case,
Is there any sort of, like, I don't know, holy empowerment you could put on our suits to help us against vampires?
I
you
do
have
not
any
know any
priests or
holy
anything?
empowerments.
Dang.
I mean...
I did bring someone in from the Sunken City to help you set up the new shield generator.
oh yeah? Oh,
What is
He
it?
is a famous gnome.
Who?
His name is Sparky.
Yay!
Okay.
cool. He is famous.
Yes, he is very famous.
All right,
I guess we should leave right away.
let's go.
Yes, sooner would be better, so I don't die.
Dado, I understand the position that you're in here, but I feel like you don't understand the position that Rhaegar is also in. We found some pretty alarming information about Solst, and you seem pretty willing to go right there to help them with this request. I mean, I understand that we could and that maybe we should, but I'm not... I
realize that right now that my leadership may end in a few days. And not to protect myself, but I do believe that who takes power from me will be corrupt. It will send the kingdom into turmoil. Therefore, I am forced to rely on the only available options that are here. Therefore, I am either to take the offer of hoping for peace, or deny it and hope for something else of equal value. But there is nothing else of equal value that we can solve quickly. We are gnomes, and we can fix a device such as this very quickly. I am not saying I have all the answers, but this is the best option that is available.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll give us the chance.
I do not see why they would not. It is in their benefit for you to fix it.
All right.
Maybe start getting plans ready in case, I don't know, in case they capture us and start going crazy and this is all just a setup.
I will prepare.
Are there any, okay. Yeah. Let's do this for Dado, guys.
All right.
Yo-Yo?
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Ace?
Sure.
Melinda?
Yes. Yes, let's do this for Dato.
Yeah, before we go, can I speak to maybe some of the magic users here?
Sure.
Okay.
There are several outside. Speak to them when you leave.
All right.
Also, Sparky should be out there as well, who is also a magic user.
Okay. All right. So, I'll get up and go. I want to talk to a wizard.
Goodbye, everyone. Good luck.
Thanks, Dado.
Dado.
He gets up and he walks over to a window. He puts his arms behind his back and looks out. Okay, so you guys, you go.
Sure.
Really? You guys walk back into the throne room and you see Sparky is there, who you recognize. None of you know him, but you recognize him. And there are some magic users in the room, apart from all the politicians and such, and even some collector's priests as well. What do you guys want to do?
I want to find a magic user and talk to him. Approach
I'm
him.
gonna go to one of the priests.
Okay. Dan, you go to a magic user.
Say,
I'll follow Doltuven.
Okay. Deltuven, how goes the patrolling?
Hi. Wondering if you could give me a little help or maybe some advice.
Sure.
While we were in the dark underneath the Silver City, I absorbed a very, very powerful crystal called the Chimera Crystal, which is why I look the way I look now.
Yes, I have not heard of such a crystal, but I would be willing to do some research on it.
If you could, that'd be great. But I also wanted to know, since I absorbed it, is it possible for anyone to pull it back out of me? Like by force?
I suppose it is possible, but very unlikely.
What if someone wanted it?
It would have to end with this ceasing of your life, and even then, I do not know if it would be possible to take it out without some extraordinary, unique means that I cannot think of. A wish spell, for example. Something of that nature. Wild magic. Things that are always the gray area between the arcane.
Okay. Thank you. If you could give us any information on the crystal before we go, that'd be great.
I'm sure it'll take me much more longer than the time that you are leaving. You were leaving today?
Yeah.
It would take months to do the research you have.
Read faster.
All right. Well,
Get started.
I would do
whatever
my
you
best.
can tell me. All right. Thanks.
He
That's
starts
it.
talking to his colleagues. He's explaining them the story about what you told him. So you see Sparky walk up. Actually, I'm sorry. You went to a collector's priest. Go ahead.
I'm
Hello.
just like, yeah. So we're gonna be going to a place with a lot of like vampires.
Yes.
Do you have any sort of like talismans or other priest things that would help us?
I have talismans of the collector. I do not believe the talismans would be very effective versus vampires or repelling them. You really need something from the keeper, I would imagine, with a lion.
Okay. You don't have anything like that?
I do not follow that faith.
Oh, well, I mean, could I have one of those talismans anyway, just because?
Yes, I suppose so. He takes the one he's wearing off. This
Awesome.
brings you luck.
Thanks. I walk
Sure.
away.
It's my favorite talisman. Galinda, you see a gnome comes up to you. He's pretty old, not too old, but like maybe like I don't know, definitely over 100 years old. You can't tell how much over. So he goes, "Hi," because I'm Sparky.
Why, hello, Sparky. I'm Galinda.
Nice to meet you. I heard all about you. You know, I used to travel with the great Arky Fid.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
That must have been so exciting for you.
Yes, I actually helped invent the electro suit.
Oh my goodness. That's a
Yes.
wonderful suit.
Yep. My day was full of adventure. I'm very excited to get back into Gnome Patrol and help out.
We are very pleased to have you with us.
I'm very pleased to be here. I have many great stories to tell you if you have any knowledge or any willing to know them.
I'd love to hear any stories you have.
Great. He walks over to the rest of you. He goes, "Good to meet you. I'm Sparky."
Hello, I'm Yo-Yo.
Hi,
Yo-Yo.
Sparky, I'm Doltuven.
Daltuven.
my name's Ace.
Ace. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. So when do we leave?
Now,
Right away, I guess.
Oh, I'm ready. My bags are packed.
Well, I guess let's go.
Very good. I hear that your ship is comprised of all the latest technology that Gnome Kind has to offer. I'm very excited to see it.
Yeah, and some cool stuff the dwarfs added. You gotta see this big cannon.
Oh, okay. So you guys, you take him outside. He looks at the ship and he goes, "Wow, they changed it. I saw a schematic. It looks nothing like this. There's a huge gun on the bottom.
I told you.
Oh, wow,
upgraded for us when we were in the Silver City.
incredible.
They're lovely people over there.
Yes, I've never made my way down to Silver City, but maybe I should do that. Let's go. Nothing like the present."
Agreed.
Okay, he gets on the ship. He starts looking around. He's just pointing things out. He's immediately under the hood. He's looking at all the stuff, and he's just like murmuring to himself all different things. He's taking his notepad out. Is Gallon reboarding?
No.
Oh man,
Yeah, no. I think
About it.
everyone's
He's fired.
Gallon
Sure,
did us
really?
no favors at all. Although this
Come on.
this maybe now we need him the most because we need him to like report and write the story of how we're gonna help out.
We can use him as vampire food just in case.
Oh
Listen.
man,
Gallon is going to stay here with Dado and see if the two of them can come up with any ideas for like a marketing campaign while no
If
patrol.
only Gallon had something to write in his book, like I don't know, like a positive adventure story or something. I don't know.
Listen, if we just made nice with Queensland, we would have gone back with like nothing but success stories. We have allies in Queensland. They love us there. We allies in the Silver City, guild in the Silver City, close the gate. Information about people taking over Andaria.
We wouldn't have made it out of Queensland, brother.
He was so
we would have
happy when
been
we came out.
fine.
You don't know him.
No.
You're a pain in the ass. No wonder you didn't want Air Stepper. Somebody else would fly the ship then.
Oh, Airstepper. I know him. He's a very, very good captain.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Is he the captain now? Where is he?
He left.
He's in Queensland.
He didn't want to work.
Oh.
I think his reputation precedes him, but big eagle, that guy.
Okay. I can help you fly the ship. Need some help flying it?
Sure, yeah.
Ah, that could be helpful.
Yeah, I like to get my feet wet if you don't mind. He jumps on the ship.
It'd be good to have another pilot. Oh boy! Oh!
He goes, "This really moves."
Wow!
Gotta see what she can do. If you don't know, how can you do it? Let's try rolling.
I didn't know I could get motion sickness on this thing.
Okay, so Charles Forces says killed innocent orcs.
Yeah.
Realist report. Okay, so you guys are heading east. Right across. You guys can...
Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go again.
Fine. They're not gonna kill Dan.
Oh boy, they're just gonna kill us and take our awesome ship and be like, oh, that was a nice snack.
Yeah. Can I kind of roleplay what I'm thinking on the way there?
Sure.
Yeah, guys. The reason I wanted to talk to one of the magic users back in Rhaegar is because those Triad dwarves had to tell the vampires that it was a gnome who took the Chimera crystal. Once they heard that it was a gnome, they got in touch with Rhaegar. They got in touch with King Dato. And I think they asked him to send us to Solst.
For you.
From me.
I
Oh
agree.
boy.
I think that they're setting a trap for us.
Oh.
However, the off chance, the chance that maybe I'm wrong, is I think it's worth it just to help Dato get out of the situation that he's in right now. If he thinks this is it, I'm willing to take the risk for him.
We may all be killed, including Dato.
I mean,
what other option do we have unless we just,
yeah, you
I
should have
don't
told them. You should have told Dato you're worried about that.
unless we just don't go, we go somewhere else and forget about Dato, but still try to save the world?
No.
Everybody roll 1d20, please.
Oh boy.
9.
12.
12.
Okay.
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't show yourself right away. I don't know.
Should we have a backup plan if something goes south? Like, I don't know.
You guys arrive, and you're flying over Solst, the Arcane City.
Is there any way to contact down there without landing? Sparky, Ace, any ideas?
I don't know how to contact. I can barely fly this thing, honestly.
Sparky?
I mean, I have some magical ability, but in this kind of situation, we should meet them in person. This is another nation. You wouldn't want them to feel insulted or, you know.
Is the shield working at all? Do we have to land the ship outside the shield? Or
Good
do they have to
question.
lower the shield for us?
The shield is down.
Okay.
Well, that's not good.
Let's just land the ship, I guess, and we'll.
Well, is there
Rendezvous.
a spot where, because if they got crazy vampires running around everywhere, is there like a safe place for us to land?
We'll have to see.
Right? They said the shield was to keep all the crazy people in.
And the shield's down. So, yeah. Looks like it's a free-for-all down there. Just put her down anywhere.
Yeah, maybe we should get low, but not, all the way down. See if I don't know, things are just wild. Vampires running through the street.
What time of day is it?
You arrive at night.
Nice.
Of course.
Awesome. So cool.
All right, let's just wait till morning, and then we'll go.
Anybody sleepy?
I think we're here now. I think we kind of need to, again, say hello.
Yeah, you're
All right, fine. Let's go.
I
Put the ship down. Let's do it.
Okay. He lands in the warehouse district to the north, right near the docks.
So we're in the city?
You're in the city in like a very big clearing right next to the docks.
Okay.
So, that's good. I wanted to practice doing a landing on dry land.
All right,
Work.
nice job.
Thanks.
All right, let's open her up.
Lowers it. He goes, I'm gonna stay on the ship. He goes, I'll take a look and try to teach myself about what's going on, and if you need me, reach out.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys get off the ship, and you're walking southbound, and you're walking across, and you see it's pretty dark, desolate, and there's people like walking through the city, but very far away, like in like 2s and 3s. And finally, you see somebody blur like the Flash, and they're standing like near the beginning of the docks, and then they start walking towards you very slowly. And this person's wearing like a very long, like wine-colored outfit, and he has white hair to the side.
Oh boy, that guy's fast, guys.
Yeah. I suppose we should talk to him.
Hi.
I'm hovering above, like just slightly
You're
out of
flying
arm's
right now?
reach, but just
Really?
slightly out of arm's reach, but where I can hear everything, just to see if anybody else is coming while he's speaking with them.
So Galinda, you're flying?
Yeah, but very close to them. Like I'm not far from them. I can hear what's going on, but I want to be able to see if anybody else is coming.
I just want to make sure that you're walking up to a representative of another nation, and you're flying around them. Just want to make sure that's what's happening. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I say
you're flying
hi.
around vampires. You see him stop, and he looks at you and turns his head.
We're here to fix the shield.
And you see him watching Galinda and like following her with his eyes.
Can you point us towards the administration building?
He goes. Shh. He flies up very fast. Immediately, he's within 10 feet.
Whoa. That's pretty cool. You don't need to come any closer though. Just we're here for the shield.
We are Gnome Patrol.
I am Hex. I am here to greet you. I am the one who summoned you.
Hi, Hex.
Could you ask your friend to stop flying like that?
Oh, she does that. She's a little crazy sometimes. Glenda!
I believe she'll be drawing in all the vampires who can't control themselves.
Oh, Glenda, come down, please.
All right, I'll land.
Yes. Etiquette 101 when entering a vampire city. When you are food, don't dangle yourself for everyone to see.
Food?
I was told you gnomes were very intelligent.
Tony, can you talk up a little bit? I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk over you a little bit.
I was told
that you gnomes were intelligent.
Well, when it comes to fixing things,
Yeah.
I am quite young.
And your names, please.
I'm Yo-Yo.
We're
Galinda.
Gnome Patrol. I'm Ace.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Doltuven.
Nice to meet you, Doltuven. Follow me, please. He turns around. Starts walking.
All right,
Oh,
I follow him.
Okay. He takes you into down to near center circle. You see Arcanum's tower is there, and there are lots of people hanging out here. Some of them are leaning with one foot against the wall. Some people are talking in conversation. And when you guys walk closely, you see all of them like kind of their eyes light up, and they look over. He turns partially around while he's walking and says, "Do not be alarmed. You are walking with me, and therefore an invited guest. They have no claim to you."
Claim?
Okay,
Yes,
that's good.
What do you mean by claim?
you cannot be eaten by them as long as that you are claimed by me. Only I can eat you.
Oh,
You're
what a
not gonna
lovely
eat
idea.
us, right? We're gonna help fix the shield.
Yes, of course. But first, I shall welcome you appropriately.
Oh, okay.
You will come upstairs for dinner.
Oh no, here we go.
Dinner?
Follow
You know,
me.
we're not quite. We would love to just get started on the shield.
He walks into the tower. If you wanna wait there without him, you can, or you can follow him.
No, we should
follow him.
follow him. I follow him.
Anyone want to stay
whisper.
behind? Raise your hand if you want to stay behind.
No, the devil you know.
Chance to stay behind. 3, 2, 1. No takers. No one wants to stay behind. Okay.
When we're walking, I'm gonna whisper
Then
really
you guys
softly.
walk into the vampire's tower. Then
I want to whisper.
you make your way up. What is it? What do you say?
Like I want to whisper really low, like, "Can you hear me?" At Hex. He wants to know if like vampires have super hearing.
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys, you follow him up. You kind of have to catch up a little bit, and you go up these winding steps, and you see a lot of this tower has been through a lot. It's been torn apart. It's been broken down. It's been patched. Probably been broken again. And you make your way up to the very heights of the tower, where you see there is a very long table, and on the table there is a feast for you.
Let's see how it tastes.
Here we go again.
are we not allowed to eat food anymore, guys? Should we avoid?
Now,
Jesus. Everyone, have a seat at the
it
table.
would be rude, Doltuven.
Yo-Yo, you will sit here next to me.
Okay.
You will sit here, also next to me. Doltuven, next to her. And Ace, next to him.
Is there anybody else there?
Yes, there's 2 servants. They look like lesser vampires.
Okay. Thank you, Hex.
He sits down. How was your journey?
Fine.
Uneventful.
What did you say?
Uneventful.
That's good.
Yep. Quite smooth.
We're eager to learn about your shield. Do you have any information about why it isn't working or how we can fix it?
Sure. Well, you see, the shield has not been up for a great many years. It has fallen into disrepair. You see, vampires aren't very patient at first. It's something that is learned over time. You see, the ones that have just been turned, they left. They sought blood in other places. It is unfortunate. Do you know what I speak of?
Well, the reason we were told that our presence was requested here is because the shield needed to be restored so that the more problematic citizens of Solst could be contained. Is that right?
Indeed.
Okay.
It is important to contain. You see that being a vampire has many benefits. It can be a wonderful life. But again, if people only see us for what the ones who are just turned are, then do they truly know who we are?
So, have you ever eaten a gnome?
I have not.
Oh.
That's good. I'm sure we taste terrible.
Yeah.
I've heard quite the opposite, actually.
Oh, really?
I've heard that gnomes enjoy all sorts of delicacies, spices, and such. And that.
Oh yeah, those fancy rich gnomes, not like us.
That tends to make them taste better when eaten.
Yeah, we're like in these suits all the time, like sweating and greasy, and we're probably gross.
So you're saying the flavor has been kept well?
No, it's like painted. It's oily. We're real oily.
Oils from your own skin?
No, look, the suits. We're also in the suits, right?
Let me look. Yes.
I'm in my suit.
Yeah.
All I smell is you, Ace. Seems like everything's in order.
Okay.
Sure, you must have some questions for me. And also, eat. Enjoy your meal.
What's the food?
Thank you.
It's actually, like duck. Some meat from some other animal. You're not quite sure what it is. And very, very red wine.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
You know, I don't
he's
really
like-
drink when doing a job. Is there water?
I try the duck.
400 bits coming in from Sarah and Fora. Thank you.
Saranfora?
Right.
Tony to wear fake vampire teeth
Yes.
next time on stream.
Yes.
See what I can do.
There's a Halloween store by me, Tony.
So how do you become a vampire?
How do you become a vampire? Well, you see, you would want a very powerful vampire lord to turn you into a vampire. And then you spend a life of immortality.
How old are you, Hex?
I am 83 years old.
So that's pretty young for a vampire.
You look great.
For a vampire, it is, yes. I have recently inherited the city in the last decade from my predecessor.
Who's that?
Congratulations.
He was, a very powerful vampire lord. Vigorish.
Huh?
He said he lost the taste for it.
Is he still alive?
I imagine so. I don't see how anyone would kill him. He's very powerful. I know I tried to kill him and I could not.
Well, we're not looking to kill anyone. We're just looking to fix some shields.
How did you become the ruler of the city?
He was passed to me by Vigorish.
Where
By
is
what?
he now?
I really couldn't hear you.
It was passed to me by Vigorish, and I do not know where he is now. He could be anywhere, really.
Okay.
When did that happen?
Oh, in the last decade or some time. It seemed like the city wasn't a fit for him anymore. which happens. Sometimes things aren't right. And things have to change.
So when do you think we can get started on that shield?
Right after dinner, of course. Please, enjoy. You've barely touched your food.
Oh, I've been eating.
Oh, good. Let us give a cheers to our new relationship.
Cheers!
I drink to your vigor.
Cheers.
Does anyone not drink? Oh, you don't drink. Deltuven, cheers. Please.
I no longer need nourishment.
Ah, this isn't about the need of nourishment, it's about the symbolic gesture. Please.
Just pour it on yourself.
I'm Lord Hex, I am physically incapable of imbibing or eating food.
Ah, of course.
I'll drink his. That was pretty good.
Tell us your unusual change. I thought you were flesh and blood, but you are not. How did this happen?
I'm not.
And how did it happen? I have to say, what I feel from you is something of great power, actually.
We were in Silver City. There was some crazy stuff there.
Yes, and
I don't know, it was with the dwarves, you know?
yes. What am I sensing, Totuvan? What am I sensing? It feels like it's just me and you here. Just me and
I haven't told anyone the story of how I became what I am. Only the people closest to me. I haven't been able to bring myself to tell anybody else. I'm not very comfortable with the change myself just yet. You'll have to excuse me if I don't have the courage to tell you just yet. Maybe after we service your shield, and Rhaegar, and Solst, form an alliance that lasts for years. And we become comfortable with each other as old friends. I'll share the story with you.
Of course. Of course. Helen, please bring the dessert that I have prepared. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your dinner, and now we left room for dessert. And then, of course, we will get right to fixing that ever-important shield.
Sure thing.
I wonder what's taking him so long. Excuse me 1 minute. Let me check on dessert.
What is with
Yep.
this guy?
Well, you
I don't
know,
know,
he's
man,
a
he's
vampire. You know, everybody's different, I imagine.
He might be able to hear us. Perhaps we just.
Of course, you know.
Oh, no, I
think
was
it's natural.
whispering the whole time. He didn't hear anything when we were coming in. I was trying to
It's
see.
natural for us to be a little nervous and concerned, I think.
Ace is probably very smart.
Listen, like you said before, Galinda, we're here to fix the shield.
That's it. That's all I want to do.
We can be respectful. We can be friendly. He's a new ally.
Right, remember,
Mhm.
this is
He
for the good.
seems just lovely.
We're here to do a job. and
Dato.
to help Dato. Exactly, Yo-Yo.
Looking forward to helping him with those shields.
I just looked into something more comfortable.
That's nice.
You have quality on that robe looks outstanding.
Oh, this thing. You've noticed.
How plush are the carpets there?
Oh, they are very plush.
That color just does wonderful things for your complexion.
Thank you. I do enjoy an after-dinner robe with my dessert. And I'm told the dessert is on its way. But let's, of course, talk about the shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shield can be brought back up, yes?
We hope so.
It seems to be something that is easy for you.
Well,
Yes, we have
we'll have to see
plans.
it.
We were sent with them, so
Hopefully.
Yes. And would any one of you want to stay and, of course, maintain this shield to keep it fully functional? I can imagine that a presence of gnomes here would be very fortunate for everyone. You can keep an eye on things. Perhaps
Oh,
one of you
that's
would
something
like
to consider.
Yes.
I mean, once we see the damage, we'll
sure
see
you'll
if
see
it's
that the
something that
damage
needs
is-
maintenance.
Yes.
Yes,
You'll see. Yes.
yes.
right,
We'll see the
we
damage
might
is
be able
significant.
to fix it and not need anyone to stay here. But
I would-
let's see how it goes.
It could be anything.
Yeah. Once we get the shield back up and running, we could certainly bring that
To consideration.
bring that back to King Dado for his.
Right. He would have to tell us.
Of course. Dessert is served. It is.
Oh, thank you.
It is blood tortuga. Please enjoy.
I'll try. What's it look like?
It looks like blood.
Oh, great. What's it taste like?
It tastes like blood.
Did we do a roll for how good the food is?
Please do your roll.
$64.
Okay,
Do you like the food? It's pretty good.
cool.
Do you have any other questions for me, perhaps? I can answer anything.
Has a gnome ever been a vampire?
I'm sure there have been gnome vampires before. Not that I've met one. I don't really know.
Huh? I never heard of one.
I would imagine a gnome would appreciate something like that. You would see the power of being immortal. Imagine a lifetime of invention.
Wow. Yeah.
You would only need a guide, someone to mentor you through the process. Why do you laugh?
There's just a really good timing of my head. I don't know. I've been drinking a lot of this wine and it tasted really good.
Really?
Everything's been funny.
But why do you laugh?
Just having a good time here, Hex.
Have you considered to have a much longer good time?
Maybe one day. I don't know.
Perhaps you could have a very good long time here. You could keep an eye on things.
I mean, after we see the machine and fix it, maybe. Who
Yes.
knows?
Yes, tell me about the machine.
We got to see the machine. You said it's busted, so we got to go check it out. But now you just want to eat dinner for 7 hours, so I think we should get started.
Well, dinner's the most important meal of the
I agree. Yeah, it's this is it's pretty good food. We've been traveling all over the place and we've had a lot of food, but this one's might be one of the best. We're gonna have to.
Yes, and the ice cream, blood ice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't think it was gonna be good because it looks kind of gross, but I'm digging it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think we shared enough here today. Where did your friend go? Don't worry about it. Oh, he's not there.
Yo.
Let's go down and check your machine.
Where'd Yo-Yo go?
I believe we need Yo-Yo first, and
Well,
he's part of our
Oh,
operation.
see if he's there. Nope. Sorry. Not there. Yo-Yo. Nope. Nothing. I'm sure he's down at the machine. He's quite anxious. Let's go. In fact, I'll race you there. She runs really fast.
If only I knew where it was, I would have blinked.
Where is Yo-Yo?
I don't know what is going on.
I don't know. Guys, this is weird. Does anyone else think he's, like, not a good guy?
Oh my god, you're wondering about this now, Mr. I'll have seconds?
I mean, yeah. But, like, maybe he's, like, a weird vampire, too. I think vampires are just always bad, and maybe he's also just weird.
I mean,
Sorry, Bora, I would pay money to see him in a bunny onesie on the show. That would be hilarious.
where
You make your way downstairs out of the tower, and you find him waiting for you.
is Yo-Yo there?
Yo-Yo, let me check. Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Yo-Yo, where did you go?
I just had to step out for a second.
Yes, he just had to step out for 1 second. No big
okay.
deal. It wasn't like it was a big deal. Right, Yo-Yo?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big deal.
You spooked us a little.
Sorry.
Don't worry us.
Are you okay, Yo-Yo?
He's fine.
Can I check something on Yo-Yo, see if he's
Sure,
alright?
check him all you like. Yo-Yo, would you like them check you?
I guess so. That's kind of weird, but
That's a very good little gnome. Let them check you.
okay.
Come, everyone, let's go. We will
Am
make
I
our way
adding
to-
anything to this roll, Tony?
I don't know what you're adding to your roll. Add whatever you'd like to it. So,
Alright,
you guys
23.
make your- Well, this sounds like a great number. What are you looking for?
See if anything's wrong with Yo-Yo. If I can tell anything's wrong.
He seems fine. Look at him. What's wrong? Anything wrong, anybody? Yo-Yo? Anything wrong?
Nah. Everything's good.
Everything seems great here.
Let's take a look at that shield.
Yes, very good idea.
Great.
Come, everyone, and Yo-Yo. So you guys walk over to a few buildings down, actually into the larger building to the northeast, and it hasn't been used for many years. And when you get inside, he takes you through a couple of long hallways, around a turn, and then finally you see an elevator, with black iron on it. It seems old and rickety. Everyone, please get inside the elevator.
Maybe we should go one at a time.
I don't think that would be a good idea. It's large enough to hold all of us, and it would take a very long time for that.
Some of us are very heavy.
The elevator can hold everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
Even with your magnificent suits.
Okay.
Get on.
Okay, everyone gets on. He closes the gate.
The
He starts going
infamous
down.
elevator.
This is where Brooke met her demise. You guys travel down this elevator. It is a long way down. You keep thinking it's going to happen, and then you realize, nope, it's another minute, another minute, another minute. And it
I'm
keeps
glad I
going
didn't wait for the next one.
So, finally, you get down to what appears to be a lower level, and the gate, the whole elevator stops. And he walks out. After about 100 feet, you see there's some sort of great device. It's a great a forge, and immediately you can tell that there's crystals imbued around it. Here it is.
Wow.
Perhaps you could take a look at it.
Do you know where the problem started?
I know nothing about this forge.
Is Sparky with us?
No.
No, Sparky was on the boat, on the ship.
There's something wrong.
No. I start looking at all the parts of it.
Yeah, I start checking it out.
Yeah.
Great. I'll let you all get to it then. Be back
All right.
soon. He goes over to the gate really fast. Goes up.
Isn't this why we brought Sparky? Why did we leave him on the ship?
I have no idea. He wanted to stay.
Yeah, I didn't think that we brought him to do this part of the job.
Why did we bring him?
Really? To help us out. He's helping us out right now. Watching the ship.
All right, well, let's, can we fix this thing?
Yeah, let's check it out. You looked at the plans, right?
Oh, look, it's just not plugged in.
That's all.
We had to turn it on and turn it off again.
Yeah, we can figure this out. Come on.
I start fixing it.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm checking it out. Looking for,
You guys check it. You start checking it out, and you realize that a lot of the pathways between the crystals, where the crystals were housed and chambered, some of the actual like spinning mechanisms have been just kind of worn out, and they're not actually activating the crystals properly. You believe that with about 4 hours, 5 hours worth of work, that could help, but you really could use someone who's more of an expert on this. You feel like there is a chance you can mess this up. If you had a great like engineer / arcanist with you, that might be something that really get it done. But you could try without him, definitely.
Can we send a message to him? We don't have anything to do that, right?
If you have some way to do that, I don't know.
Okay, so how do we see if we can fix it ourselves?
So you believe that you could do it, fix it by yourselves. You just think it'll probably be a higher margin of error.
Okay. Let's just try to fix it. Let's try to fix it.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the blue one
Raise
goes
your hand
here.
if you're officially trying to fix the machine without Sparky. Okay, everyone starts to go and finish the machine. It's going to require... You guys are fixing it. You work on it. Hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, hour 4. And you've done pretty much the best you can. We're now going to go around the table here, and everyone is going to roll a knowledge check. You need to roll an unnatural 20 on a knowledge check. 4 of these fixes the machine. 3 and 1 failure, we're going to roll for it. It could be something devastating, or it could be a breakdown, or it could be a mere not turn on, or the whole thing could erupt.
Okay, I'll go first. Made it.
Cool.
Made it.
All right, here we go. Yeah, 17 plus my knowledge, all good.
Here we go. Natural 20, baby.
You guys, being Gnome Patrol and working your way around a couple of different things, realize that you can fix this. You don't need the master engineer that is Sparky above. And you get the machine to running. Starts spinning, it throws out like blue light. And it seems to be working great.
We did it, guys, because we're...
Gnome Patrol!
Good work, guys. Let's get back to the ship and get back to Rhaegar.
All right, back to the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay, you go back to the elevator. The elevator is obviously up.
Can I crawl
Try to call it.
the shaft?
Wow, try to hit the button or something.
You look for a button. You don't see a button.
Ow.
There are some
Is there-
levers.
Any? Oh, okay. Let's pull. But if you pull a lever, will that bring the elevator down?
Are you asking me?
Just pull one. I pull a lever.
Okay, you pull the lever.
Lever! No.
You hear
it's
you hear a
on.
mechanism. You can't tell if anything really happened.
Can I look up and see, like, are there chains moving or anything?
You see the chains are not moving.
No, I think that was the wrong lever.
Hex?
I'll just go get him. Can I climb the wall?
You start climbing up.
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
That's a
Yeah,
long
it's-
climb.
If you remember that it takes 15 minutes for just the lift to reach the bottom.
Guess I'm just climbing.
I'm just saying when you say you'll be back in a minute, they have an idea that it's much longer.
Right. It's gonna be a while.
Okay, so he starts climbing up. The three of you are just waiting.
Yep. How's that machine looking?
It's looking good.
Running good?
However, I still give my pre-chart reroll to whoever can guess Tony's 1 to 100 number. If they don't, Tony gets the reroll.
Okay.
Roll for it?
So
roll
no,
a
I think
number.
he has to just pick a number and then we have to guess it.
Okay, I rolled a number. Guess the number I've rolled.
73.
49.
1. You rolled off the table.
23.
Dang.
It's a 0.
Oh, I was like, he's showing us. This has got to be something. Wow.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Figures.
Thank God he rolled that on that, not against, like, us.
Our percentage of death. There you go.
Wow. It's incredible. So now we've rolled 2 100s and a 1000 on the show.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Jeez.
Okay, so finally, Ace, when you're climbing up the shaft, you see the elevator on its way down.
Oh no.
And
Is there any
now
way?
you have a problem.
Is there any way? Oh wait, no,
No.
I don't. I'll blink into the elevator.
Okay. You blink into the elevator, and it's you and him. He looks at you.
Startled.
We got it working.
Yes, I see the shield has erected outside. Very good.
Yep. So, that was pretty easy.
Yes.
And I was just coming up to get you to tell you, and look, you're coming down. Perfect. So
Yes.
I guess you saw him, and we'll get the rest of the gang and all out of here.
Yes, I've come to reclaim all of you.
You keep saying claim. It's scaring me a little.
There's nothing to fear. In fact, you'll be very safe here. Have you thought about staying?
Well, I mean, the machine it's pretty much good to go now. So I think we have to report back to Dato because he was in trouble. But I could always come back, if something's going on.
We still have about 10 minutes on this ride.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about, I don't know, living a longer life?
Well, see, the thing is, it would be kind of cool. I low-key think being a vampire is kind of cool. But also, like, I've worked, like, my whole life. And there just keeps being the boss above me yelling at me. And I'm really not with it.
I would not be your boss. In fact,
You see, 'cause my
you could
dad-
stay or leave. It's up to you.
My dad was always telling me plans. You got to do this. You got to do that. Then I
Where
worked
is
for
your-
this other
where is
guy.
your father now?
They killed him, actually.
They killed him.
Yeah, it's crazy. But he was okay.
Imagine a world where no one would tell you what to do.
See, that'd be
Where
pretty nice.
no one would be able to kill you.
That'd be
Because
pretty
you
good.
wouldn't be a normal vampire. You would be a gnome with great skill and innovation, plus the immortality on top of it.
See, it does sound pretty good. Not gonna lie.
It does.
Yeah.
I could, I don't know, make you a vampire right now if you wish.
But right now,
Yes.
can I also think about it though?
You could, but you're leaving very soon. We do have 10 minutes here. I could.
Yeah, let me ponder it because that's a long commitment.
It doesn't have to be on the neck, of course. It could be on the wrist.
Yeah, see, that'd be kind of cool. I'm down with that maybe, but like, again, let me just, because that's like a long time forever. So let me just, for like 10 minutes at least, I'll think about it, and I'll get back to you.
Of course, it's your decision.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a code word. That's kind of cool. A code word. If I say the code word, then we'll just vampire it up.
Would you be upset if, I don't know, one of your friends was already a vampire?
No. If I'm gonna be a vampire and my friends are vampires, that's cool.
Okay, because I'll only be extending this invitation to 2 of you on this trip.
Oh, really?
I was hoping it would be number 2.
Number 2? Oh, someone already is a vampire.
Perhaps.
Oh,
Perhaps
that's kind of strange. Is that where Yo-Yo went? Man, that little devil.
I don't know where he went.
If it's Yo-Yo, though, I definitely will be a vampire, because me and Yo-Yo have a little, rivalry,
I must say that the lower we go, the more less inclined I am to give you this gift. This gift of strength, immortality, power, arcane power. Why not take this gift?
I mean, is there any snags here? Because everyone's always trying to get me with snags,
There are
Hex.
no snags. I do not control you. I will not be giving you commands. You can live here or not. Live where you wish.
Because, you said there's a lord involved, or, you're my lord? How does that work?
I am a lord. I'm the one that created you.
And so then what happens, that
I would
doesn't
call
mean
upon you
anything?
if I was ever in need. That would be it.
That's it? You sure?
I give you my word.
Sounds pretty okay. Sure, let's do it.
Excellent. Your arm, please.
That was weird.
You tasted exactly like I thought you would taste. Very good. You start feeling a bit woozy. The room starts spinning, and you pass out. Okay. Gets to the bottom. It seems your friend has passed out in his suit. Hello?
Yeah, what happened? He just passed out? That's never happened before.
Yes. I'll tell you what. I'll go check on the system, and you check on your friend.
Okay.
You did a marvelous job.
Hey!
What is
Ace!
this? Oh, jeez.
Ace!
Oh my goodness, what
Is
now?
he coming around? I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Ace. Ace, wake up.
Hey, guys.
What happened, Ace?
I don't know, I just blinked into the elevator. And I don't know, maybe I was moving around too fast when I blinked. I don't know.
You really passed out?
Yeah. That was
Okay.
weird.
You blinked and you passed out from blinking.
Yeah, I was climbing and the elevator was coming at me and I was like, oh, so I blinked. And then passed out, I guess. That was weird.
Okay.
How do you feel? Are you okay?
I'm feeling better now. Oh, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm all right.
Okay. Well,
Is the machine still working?
Yes.
yeah.
Hex is checking it out now. Listen, I think once he sees that it's working fine, we need to get back to the ship and go.
It's working very good, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent.
Well, he always does that.
Cheer 1,000 whoever beats Tony in a roll-off. They get to choose how they use the bits.
Ooh.
So we all
12,000,
roll
that's-
off against Tony?
So what are we rolling? A D20?
Yes. I have rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Shut up.
Oh my god.
That's a 2.
No, it's a 20.
With a 0. 13.
I rolled a 19.
2.
Okay.
I choose 2 rerolls. Nope, I'll take 1 reroll for myself and 1 to my new vampire. Liam, take a reroll.
Well, we need to be getting back to Dato to let him know that, how everything went. He's
Of course.
he's in some trouble, so we need to get back to him immediately.
Of course.
Thank you
Let
for
us-
being so hospitable to us, Lord Hex.
Yes, let us head up top. Back into the elevator.
I look
Alright.
forward to a
Come inside.
long and friendly relationship between our nations.
So elevator starts going up. Thanks again for this.
Yes, of course.
It's our pleasure.
Happy to help.
As Gnome Patrol.
Yes. Finally, you get to the top, and you make your way outside of the hall, and you see there's some noises coming from inside. Some people walking down the hall. This is a long hallway for those of you that remember Arcane City. There was a great battle that happened in this hallway. And he goes, oh, this is these are my private guards. And the Burgomaster. Excuse me 1 second, please wait here. There must be some private business. He goes, walks ahead.
It must be daytime now.
Yeah, we were down there for a while.
We really need to leave, guys.
Yes, I know.
I'm just all of a sudden I'm getting worried about Sparky now. Why did we agree to keep him on the ship?
He said he
Don't-
was staying behind to check
He
stuff.
suggested it.
Yeah.
Seemed like a good idea. Well, we're gonna just leave the ship totally unattended.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Alright, okay.
I'm so sorry.
What happened?
I
Why?
can't let you go.
Why
Why?
not?
I just learned some very disturbing news.
And what is that?
2 of our brother vampires were on a secret mission.
A secret mission where?
They were killed. In the dark.
In the Tony, you got him with the mic a little closer.
They were killed in the dark.
The dark.
Like dark outside nighttime?
No, like dark below. We were making a trade with the dwarves down there. And they were killed
That sounds.
by a gnome
What, a gnome?
in a suit.
Really?
On patrol, I believe.
Well,
We don't know anything about this.
who?
We've been here helping you.
I
Yeah,
could probe your minds and ask you, but I'd rather ask you directly. Let me start with the one next to me here, Deltuven. Do you know anything about this? Deltuven, it's just me and you here.
Yeah.
I'm in your mind, speaking with you. Can you feel me inside your mind?
Yeah.
I'm looking around, trying to find this event. did it happen? Did you kill 2 vampire brothers of mine?
I didn't mean to kill anyone. I didn't mean to kill any dwarves. I didn't mean to kill any Minotaur children. I was trying to help those children. They shouldn't be enslaved. My only chance was to take the crystal. So I did.
Well, I suppose this changes everything. I'm sorry, Totufan. But I must take you in for crimes versus vampire kind.
Take me. Let them go. They weren't with me when any of this happened.
What is happening?
Vampires, take this one.
Deltuven, no,
Take him into the cells below the tower.
Tell Data what happened.
The 2 of you knew of this?
Who?
I didn't know anything about this.
No,
He told you no story about what happened down below.
no.
Well, listen. I believe you. But I don't think many other people will. We need to get to the bottom of this. Can you imagine how I would be as a leader if I were to let you go and find out that you had more to do with this?
Listen, if you do not let us go, it could be seen as a sign of war with Rhaegar. We want to go back and let them know that we are working together, that we have helped you.
So would you
And
not
if
agree
Toltufan did something, if he
would
admitted
you
to
not
doing something,
agree to stay to let me figure out what has happened to a murder that one of your own have admitted to doing? Would that not be the thing that stops this incident from going to a global pandemic?
well, if you detain one of our party members, if you detain Toltufan and don't let us go, that's how it could be seen. But if you let us go and let Dado know, King Dado, what's going on, and hold Toltufan here, that might be seen a little bit more fairly.
I think
I mean,
it's
I see
wiser that you all stay together so I can find out more information.
We just told you we didn't know anything about this.
I think you'll have to be coming with me. Guards, take them as well.
Uh-huh.
To the cells below
I
the
don't think
tower.
this is a good idea. You're making a mistake.
Well, I'm sorry. I feel that way. Come. Follow me.
What the heck, guys? Well,
Great. That's great.
The vampires take you back to Arkham Tower. They take you below. Cheever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. Rerolled. Whoever can guess the answer to the riddle. What 5-letter word typed in all capital letters can be read the same upside down? Answer. Oh, okay.
Shouldn't have gave us the
Now we
answer.
know.
It's in the public
The
chat.
answer swims.
Amazing. Okay, so you guys go head to Arkham's Tower. They take you in there, and they bring you down about 3 levels, and they put you all into a cell.
Great. Wrongfully imprisoned.
As they put
Great.
you all in, he comes back in and he goes, "Oh, of course, you don't need to be here, Ace."
Oh yeah, okay.
What? Why?
I just wink at them. I'm like, don't worry, guys.
Don't worry.
I got
You
this
son
handled.
of a...
I'll get this handled. Don't worry about it.
What
What
did
did
you
you
not
do?
know?
Again? This is all your
He
fault.
comes out and he puts his arm around Ace. Ace, has
He betrayed us. That's what you did.
decided to taste immortality.
That's what you've done.
Oh no!
So now you're a vampire.
Guys,
That's great.
No,
That's
you're
great.
not a vampire.
I should have saw this coming.
I got it figured out. Don't worry, guys.
Oh, yeah?
You're a vampire.
We got it
That's what he's
sorted out.
saying.
There you go. Selfish Ace once again, always looking out for himself and then getting the rest of us killed.
You know, word on the street, Yo-Yo, is you might be a vampire too. So
What are you talking about?
I don't know. That's the word on the street.
Word on the street? What street? This street that's full of vampires?
Yep. And they say you're on board.
Oh,
Yeah, well...
Of course. That's right. Please put Yo-Yo in a different cell between the two of them, so there's no
What?
problem
Why?
between them. They separate Yo-Yo into another cell, and the two of you are in a cell. And
This is outrageous.
Ace, you may follow me, and the rest of you, I'm sure I'll be looking very much into this terrible, terrible mix-up. You guys can roleplay. They leave.
Are there any guards?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna use my hammer to smash through this,
Oh no.
They take you out of the suits, just so you know.
Ah.
Unless you resist, you don't have to. That's me assuming that you went along with the flow and everything, but you don't have to.
I don't know.
6 seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to say that you gave up. 6.
Fine.
5. 4. 3. You gave up. 2. You gave up. 1. You just gave up. That's it. You gave up. Okay, so your suits have been removed, and the 2 of you are in one cell. Damon, you're in another cell. You guys can roleplay. There were no guards.
Guys, what happened? Why did he bring you down into here too?
Because he said that because of that he didn't believe us when we told him that we didn't know what you did. He would not let us go.
Yeah,
And
I tried to tell him.
where did you go? We were.
I didn't go anywhere. I don't know. Nothing happened.
You were
I
gone.
knew this was gonna happen. Okay? He detained you. He wouldn't let us go. It's ridiculous.
You were gone, and now what? And now Ace is a vampire?
I can't believe he betrayed us again.
What do you mean you can't believe it? Next thing you know, this is where we'll find Reggie.
Oh, so like I'm the only one that was trusting Ace now? Is that what it is? Is that what you're trying to say? You knew this was gonna happen the whole time?
I have not trusted Ace the whole time.
Ah, okay.
Consistently.
Okay.
Well, now what?
Well, now what is we're totally in a terrible position once again.
Defenseless.
So I'm so glad that Dado sent us here. Just great.
I don't know. I don't know.
The whole thing's a disaster. His whole reign, that's it. It's over. No patrol. King Data, it's all over. That's it. They're just gonna eat us. We're never gonna see the light of day now.
I don't want to die down here.
Listen, you guys didn't do anything. Okay?
Yeah, a lot of good that does.
Once they get their investigation done, they'll see.
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys had
sure.
nothing to do with anything that happened with the vampires down there. If they want to do whatever they want to do with me, they'll do it.
Can you just smash your way out of this?
We're gonna have an entire city of vampires to go through. I'm trying to think.
They can't even hurt you, can they? I mean, you're made out of rock. What are they gonna do? Bite you?
I mean, they
About-
could still smash me the way you would smash a rock.
About 2 hours pass, and he returns. Liam, I brought you back on screen, but you're not there.
Okay.
I have read the mind of an individual that has come to us.
and through his mind I was able to see what had happened. Unfortunately, told Tuvin, I saw you run across the room to grab a crystal, and without care of anyone, slaughtered innocents. You slaughtered dwarves, and you slaughtered my 2 brothers. 2 vampire. But I am merciful. Do you believe me to be merciful, told Tuvin?
I don't know you.
I offer you this. 2 lives for 2 lives. Give me 2 vampires. And we'll call the deal squash.
Give you 2 vampires?
Yes, you or 2 of your friends become vampires to make up for the loss of 2 vampires of mine. And then, of course, you can be on your way wherever you like, and vampire kind will have its shield, and I'll rein in all the extra vampires that are running on the outskirts. Be a win for everybody. But I need my 2 vampires, you see.
You're not.
What'd you do to me?
I think you know perfectly well what happened. Something that you asked for.
What? I said, what did you do to me?
What are you talking about, Yo-Yo?
I don't know. You guys said I left or something, and I want to know what he did.
What happened to Yo-Yo?
Why am I in a separate cell?
For his own safety, of course.
From
Why?
who?
You were arguing with him. Sometimes the things
That doesn't make sense.
Can
Why?
come to light in certain situations and drive people mad.
Did you already take 2 vampires, Hex?
I take vampires every day. It's hard to remember what
Did you make me into a vampire? How am I supposed to know?
Do you feel like a vampire?
I don't know.
There is a way to test it. I could look at your arm right now and perhaps bite in to see.
Or make me what? A double vampire?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can bite you in to see if you were already bitten or not.
Now, how does that make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. Do you wish to try it?
Now.
Ace.
Fine.
I'm not
Can you
there.
show?
He's not
Oh,
there.
he's not there.
So, Deltuvid, let us not dilly-dally. I would need 2
I start
vampires.
checking my whole body.
2 vampires to make up for the loss of the 2 that you killed. And I'll let you all go free. You
I
have-
take all my clothes
Already
off.
have one. You have Ace.
Yes, I have Ace. Ace has willingly chose to be a vampire. That has nothing to do with what this is.
You're not turning my friends into vampires.
Well, you could become a vampire.
Me.
Do I find anything?
You look everywhere you can look, you don't see anything. Damien's naked, by the way.
He's just trying to look at everywhere. on him.
Totally naked. Totally naked. Checking everywhere. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm checking everywhere.
Would someone please silence this oath?
What'd you do to me?
I need an answer from you.
I've given you my answer.
It is?
You're not taking any of us.
There must be a balance for this. You took 2 vampire lives. Retribution. I'm not asking for violence. I'm asking for reconciliation.
Your brothers were working with dwarves who enslaved children. We're not the same. And the deaths that I caused, while I didn't mean to cause them, I did that to battle those people who were enslaving the children. You want to take 2 lives for your own entertainment. We're not the
for
same.
entertainment. For the retribution of my people. Surely you understand this.
My answer is no.
I'm too young to die.
Galinda and Yo-Yo, would you wish to give your lives in retribution for the what Doltune has done? Do this, and I will let you all go free.
Oh yes, kill us and then you'll let us go free. How does that make any sense?
I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to enhance you.
Yeah. The way I understand it, it's like death.
No, it is not like that.
We would be
It is
under
like
your
undead.
control.
You will not be under my control. Do you not understand anything that happens to a vampire? You're not under
No,
my
I
control.
am very young.
Okay, well, I do not control your actions. If I ever needed you, if I was in grave danger, I would call upon you. Like a family member would, or a friend. Other than that, you can leave here immediately.
But then what? We'd be craving blood from our friends and family members who we'd be returning to?
You can crave blood, and you can eat animals like anyone else.
This whole situation is messed up. Okay, you're holding
It
us
is
against our
messed
will. That's
Two
right.
vampires
And
were
you
killed
holding
in
us
cold
prisoner. That's not our problem. I have nothing to do with that.
blood. It is your
Okay.
problem now. You travel with
No,
the person
it's
who
not.
is.
I'm not a representative of my own people or anything. I don't hold the authority to solve your issues that you have with somebody
Gnome
else.
Patrol was on the scene and responsible directly. You are all a member of Gnome Patrol as well. I'm really going to need an answer from everyone immediately. Otherwise, I'm so sorry about what I'll have to do, and I don't want to do anything terrible.
You're just gonna do whatever you want to do anyway. What does it matter?
I am a man of my word. But you need to make
You
an
would
agreement.
punish us for doing nothing wrong.
You punish the vampires, you know?
No, we did not.
I made it clear that those vampires and everyone down there in that cave were doing lots of things wrong. Don't twist this story. I know what I
Vampires.
saw, and so do you, Hex.
Vampires trying to take out crystals away from the Triad so we can use it for our own gain is not evil, my friend.
You were working with the Triad. You're working with slave drivers.
We are not working with a Triad.
Really.
A silly thing. Where do you hear that rumor on the street?
Rumor on the street, I saw them delivering crystals to you.
You saw an exchange. Every person you exchange with in the streets, you buy food from a tavern owner who's committed a crime. You are now an evil person.
If
You saw an
he's
exchange.
if he's keeping slave children in his restaurant, then yes.
The vampires do not keep slave children anywhere.
Hex, I've given you my answer. My answer is no.
Fine.
Same here.
I turn my attention to any one of you. If one of you has become a vampire, I'll let the other two go free. Or I will force to do other means, which I do not want to do.
Wait a second. If one of us becomes a vampire, the other two go free.
Yes.
Deltuvin, no.
Listen, I got you into this situation, okay?
It's not fair. You shouldn't have to do this.
Let them go to their ship. When they arrive at the ship, you can turn me. And after you turn me, you let them all go back to Rhaegar.
You should let us go first.
I agree to your terms.
We want our suits back.
Give them their suits. Bring them outside. Bring them to the ship. And then wait on my command. They open the gates.
Deltuvin, are you
They take the
sure
two of you
about
out.
this?
Tell Dato.
Deltuvin.
Deltuvin, he brings you to the top of the tower. And the two of you head to the airship. On top of the tower, you get a very clear view of them being brought out there. About 20 minutes pass. You see them out there, and they're brought onto the ship. And he's standing behind you, and there's a couple other vampires there as well, on top of the tower. Are you satisfied?
You'll let them go.
I will.
How far are we from the ship?
You're in the center of the city, there at the north end of the city.
Which is how far away?
I think it's like 20 minutes travel.
Oh, okay.
Like walking. It's going to be fun turning you. You see that deep down, the essence of you is still in there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
He goes to bite you. And that is where we stop for today.